Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Okay. So yesterday, or I think it was 2 days ago, last stream, we got a Lat's intervention, which was an increase to barrier and protection. We now have every passive that we need, other than maybe brains if we go that way. I'm not sure I'm going to make the building, because the building is exhausting to make, but we'll see. I might try if I can. Outside of that, I think we got the gin coming up, and I need a lot more samples. At least one more round of every cave, and I think we'll be good. It is going to rain tonight, and I'll have to stop when it rains, but we got a couple hours, so should be able to get some stuff done today. Let's double check our tent buff real quick, see what I got. Hot weather defense, and I got max health, so let's get the other tent buff. What's up, Sickle? How's it going tonight? Going good. Going very good. Yeah, arena would be pretty easy if we do end up making it. I mean, you could just trap all those guys, because they're gonna run into it too easily. There we are. How heavy is this? Because we should probably do a little bit of management for that. And these both have plenty of durability, which is okay. Panacea, wow, I got a lot of that. Empty that there. There we go. Now how heavy? 53, so we still got something that's too heavy. The teas do weigh quite a bit. There we go. Under 50. That's where I want to be. Before I grab water. So we need to make sure I get all the food items too. What faction did you go with for this build? This would be the Holy Mission faction quest. That is the only way to get the Exalted perk, which has greatly increased our damage. There we go. That should be all of our water. Now we need the food buffs. So I'm hoping we could go buy more bread. Ooh, look at the Vagabond Tartines. Those are great. Yeah, I'm hoping I can go buy some more bread. Because I have, like, none of that right now. Let me sell maybe something here. Could sell that for 300. Hopefully he's got a couple.
Can I help you?
Aha, he has 6. That's a lot of bread, actually. Very, very good amount of bread. And then the sword sells for 300. I'm actually going to buy that, too. The thing is, you can run out of meat pretty easily, so the more I buy, the more I have for later. Okay, some of that I have to craft at the other place. Let's drop off the money. And how many do I have? I have 6 pieces of bread. So I need 6 of these. Where are they? There they are. And that'll be enough healing for basically the rest of Caldera, probably. Yeah, we built a lot of new Sirocco so far. I haven't built all of it. We got the 2 hardest buildings, which is the chapel and the main one, the like capital town building. I upgraded the stockpile. I've got the 3 houses, 3 workshops, and then the food store. Store that away. Yep, we look really good. Okay. I'm a little bit heavier than I wanted to be, but that's fine. This and a little bit of water, and then I believe I have to talk to Evangeline. Speak with Evangeline about better temperature control. And she should be right over here. There you are.
Good timing. I've thought our temperature control problem through, and there's only one option.
We need to move the Ember Heart.
It's the we don't have the time.
We gotta ask the Jinn to do it.
Like that together. I need you. Well, let's get to work.
Oh, I don't know how
And
I feel
he's
about this.
in the oil refinery.
Huh. I know that they must have. Huh. Here's what we need.
Try
Get
any
it done.
place where the noble or the Caligrays could hold prisoners. Their arena, the mobile arc, anywhere they gather. That's where the noble is.
So, there you are.
Which we already know. The noble is in the arc. Because I've done this before. What's up, Chica? How's it going, man? Long time no see. Hopefully the arc is docked in a good position. That would be kind of nice. Because I still have the gargoyle left. Oh, it's docked there. This is the most common spot for it, actually. At least for me it is. Alright, I want to make sure I have the hot weather defense. Oh, yeah, Vagabond Tartines. I forgot. Vagabond Tartines give weather resistance. Nice to have those, finally. I guess the Ancient Dweller are not coming out today. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't been to the right side of the map, though. They might be over there. Make me want to do a new outward run? Yeah, I got a lot of people saying that in some of the comments on the streams. Yeah, we've been trying out the Exalted perk for the first time. It is pretty strong. Very surprised. You'd think I would have tried it after all these years, but nope. It's the first time. Wow, okay. 3 more Panacea. They really do like to throw that at you. The first time you get here, you sometimes don't have enough of it. They don't give you much at first, but then once they start giving it to you, you just stock up quick. I think I end up with 20 plus in my stash every single run. And then we'll do a Decay Sword, since we are about to fight a lot of Caligrays. Once again, if the music gets too loud, let me know, because the Caldera stuff is very booming. Nobody seemed to mind the other day, so I didn't change it. Lightning Ball. Ooh, there's 3 of them. I did eat that on accident, but watch this. Got him. It kind of hit the other guy, but not much. Yeah, he'll block that. Then the other monkey should jump at us here in a second. Yeah. Fighting 2 blues, doable. Fighting a white and a blue is very hard. Just the way that they stagger their attacks. Ooh, the damage. Double check to see if these are real. They are not. And that's when we should do our healing, yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, runic prefix too. That's why I took so much damage there. I was thinking that's kind of odd. Only runes feels like a reverse challenge run. There have been quite a few runs I've done that feel like reverse challenge runs, where it's more like just breaking the game. Is reloading to the main menu working to stop the life drain? Yes, it has worked thus far. Gotcha. Yep. Oh, only if it had just a little bit more reach. He's dead. Let's go kill... We should probably get rid of all of them. That way they don't ambush us. Whoop. Got stuck. Probably parry this, I think. There we go. Mana push is beautiful there. He's out of the way. That's the one that sits in this room, right? So I should just have the white one left. And don't want to get caught with a lightning ball here. Beautiful damage. They must have higher defenses, because that did not do as much damage as it did the other two. Don't really need Caligray here hairs. We could leave those there. Aha! An alchemy kit! Finally! Been looking for that for ages. I'll take those, I guess. I'm gonna go double check the lever. I think I already pushed it, though. Mana push doesn't look like a rune to me. Well, as long as it doesn't do damage, we're allowed to use it. We're just only allowed to do damage with runes. But it is very true. It is not. It is not a rune. Okay, yeah, that's activated. That's why we're allowed to use pommel counter too, because we're using the runes to use pommel counter, so it's fine. I just can't pick up a random sword and use it. That would be cheating. What's up, Big? How's it going? Ooh, double. That's something you don't want to walk into. Wait for it. Ah! I don't even need him to hit the first time. I think it just blows him up. Walk into it. Beautiful damage. Yep. Saw that coming. You're done. And now we need to buff up big time because we got to fight the big guy. What's up, Yo2? How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Let's triple check in here just to see if we get any samples. Aha, there's one right there. Plant sample. The rarest of the bunch at the moment. Also one that we haven't really needed. I think we just need bloodroot, but that's about it from it. Yeah, alright. We could potentially go down there if I need to. Let's just, like, look down. Sometimes you could see them from here. They don't appear to be there. I should probably go double check, though. Hackmanite. I like that. So we're going to put a trap down right here. And then buff up with the rest of the stuff we got. Fire resist is the most important. And don't need cold. Stamina is actually pretty good, so we're not in too much trouble there. I think this might give barrier? No, this gives barrier. I already had it. What did I have barrier from? Huh. Oh, Vagabond 13s give barrier too. Yeah, I kind of forgot about them. What are we looking at here? Maybe some healing just to double check. Runic prefix, and then we're good. A runic protection, not runic prefix. And we'll use the double sword because that's the better option.
You.
Hello, Edward.
Let me out of. Another. You. After much effort,
And then we can take the amulet from him.
We made. Of course we did. You want to use it to move.
What
the
option
ember
does this
to
matter?
that quarry where those murderers are squatting. Just wait.
Grab
I
the
get
amulet
out
from the
these
noble's neck.
chains. Wait, mistress. I'm
It's a
sorry.
Scarlet
Don't.
Emissary. Yeah, I was ready for that. Now sit there. We're gonna use the pole for a little bit extra damage there. That was okay. I might be able to counter this. Woo! That was a nice counter. I did not know it would kill him because pommel counter doesn't do that much damage, but it did amazing for that last hit. Chromium shards. Nailed it. We're on a roll with getting these items from Scarlet Emissaries. I think I already have 3 chromium shards, though. I keep getting the same stuff. Where'd you get the Worm Boon? Worm Boon is sold from Smooth the Tailor in Levant, the desert town. Yeah, that was kind of clean. I like that. That was fun. Now we're just down here to check for a sample, and then we'll dip out of here. Go fight the Djinn. Actually, I could fight this gargoyle, I guess. Kind of scary to go in for that attack, but... Yep, there's the sample. That's why we came down here. Smack. There's usually 2 in the arc. If you can't get to it, if you can't find 2, it's likely that they're out of your path. Like, they might be on the bottom or they might be on the top. Okay. That was easy enough. What do you think about the purple mana wall armor? Purple mana wall is awesome. Yeah, purple mana wall is awesome. I don't use it very often, but it's really good. You just have to legacy it to use it. It's the thing. What's up, Trex? And what do we need now? It just says go find the Djinn, so we just do the underside. And I never did the underside, I only did the top part. I think it should be open, though. I believe so. Yeah, the damage boost from Exalted is kind of crazy. I've been surprised. Hate when they do that. Luckily, we are prepared. If I can get this guy to walk into it, that would be beautiful. They're actually playing a little bit more passive than I'd like. That is why they're so dangerous. Very mid-ranged enemy. Come on, walk into it. Beautiful. Ah, still got me. Dead now. It's not exactly where I want to be, but I think it's faster than the other location, though, so that's alright. Ooh, put me right in front of a sample. Never mind. I'm more than happy to be here. Gotta get rid of this fellow, though. Hello, you. Mana push. Smack. Love that. I think if I go for the second attack, though, I'm stuck. And get out of here. 2 raw alpha meat. We've actually gotten really good amounts of alpha meat from those guys this run. Really good amount. Taking a break from Outward, I did an unassuming strength golden knuckle build. Oh yeah, dude. Those are real strong. Those are really strong. The infinite durability, too, is really nice. Vital Crash hitting for 900 plus damage. Yeah, that's a fun ability. I had never made a full build just for Vital Crash. I feel like I probably should. Goodbye. Goodbye, sirs. It's a bit of a walk. Not too bad, I don't think. Does anyone know if they reset the dungeon? I think once you pull the levers, they're stuck. But I can't remember. It's been a bit. What's up, Lone? How's it going? Did you participate in the last Outward playtest? And what were your first impressions? I participated in the initial one. They did do a second one, but it wasn't... They didn't update it much. It was mostly to test online stuff, I believe. I had fun, though. It was really, really fun. I like the exploration elements. The only things I didn't like was I thought that the icons are too small. The UI is a bit goofy looking. Stuff like that, but that's all under construction, so to speak, so hopefully that'll change a little bit. But I thought all the original Outward core elements were still there, and they were fun. They're stuck once you pull the levers. Okay, thank you. I kind of needed to know that. I'm not seeing anything. No enemies, no samples, nothing. Very peaceful walk over here. Fine with me. I don't need the... Ooh, fight the Djinn. Djinn's very resistant to Ethereal. I just remembered that. He's weak to Decay, though. So I guess if we use a Decay Varnish on one of our blades, should I use the two-hander or the one-hander? Feel like two-hander might be the better bet. Or, hear me out, we could just range him with lightning. He is one of those bosses that's very difficult melee, and we could cheese him. I might just do that. That's kind of where our damage is lying anyway. Do you know a good weapon for the blood weapons? If you're talking about the vampiric weapons, there's some cool builds for those. I believe the one-handed axe is supposed to be really good if you make like a semi-tank build, because it could heal you up pretty quickly with its combos. Just gotta make sure you have some decent physical armor for that. Are you sprinting? Yes, sir. Okay, let me buff up because we are gonna have to fight a lot of stuff in here. Multiple gargoyles, several what are they called? Boros. The Boros. Found the magic in Outward 2 to be incredibly underpowered. I don't know how I felt about their balancing. I thought the skills were pretty cool. I didn't really test them enough to say anything on the balancing, I guess. I like what they could do, though. I thought guns were really fun. Guns were super cool. There we go. What are your breakthroughs? We've got Philosopher, Rune Sage, and Rogue Engineer. Saying he can be cheesed with lightning gives me hope. Wind Sigil with pistols sounds like it makes the Jinn a joke. I don't think he has any resistance to lightning. If he does, it's a lot lower than anything else, because he's mostly resistant to ethereal. I mean, if you're not gonna play, I guess I'll just kill you. But yeah, extremely resistant to ethereal and then very weak to decay. I have no idea about the lightning. We're about to find out. If we get red, that means he's weak to it. You missed. And this should be 2 Caligrays, so let's prep a little bit, just in case I need that trap. That's the nice thing about Rune Sage over a lot of other types of stuff, like magic and melee in the game, is it's one of the only magic types or damage sources that lets you prep, other than traps. But the thing with traps is, like, you need all the resources to make the traps. This one's just free extra damage out of nowhere, just in case you need it. You're done for. We gotta pull this lever here. And then I believe... Yep, the oil goes down. Oh, I actually can't go down here yet because I went too fast. And then we pull this one over here. Blood Axe plus Blood Dagger is a pretty fun combo. Yeah, I think the dagger and the axe are probably the 2 best vampiric weapons as far as I'm aware. They are pretty solid. And then there should be... Ooh, look at that. There's oil here, so we gotta go kill the gargoyle. Get him out of the way. But yeah, the vampiric dagger is pretty crazy. Daggers just have such a high multiplier on their damage that when you add in the healing factor, it gets up there pretty quick. Might do runic protection. Just in case this guy hits me. Though we're kind of doing so much damage that they aren't a big deal. Hello, you. Smack. Walk into it. Walk into it. Boom. You're done. Gargoyles have been easier on this run than they've ever been. They are nothing. Can't say I'm having a bad time with that. It's been kind of nice. Gargoyles are always one of those guys. It's just one of those enemies you have to fight for a long time. You might have a good build for him, but it might take a while because they're pretty beefy. Ooh, more Gaberry wine. I'm loving the wine. Tons of it. 100 decay resist. Sweet. If I take off Tenebris and I go with another set, I probably lose my decay. Doesn't it have decay resist on? Oh no, it doesn't even have decay resist on. That's crazy. Guess that's all my other stats. Tor Crab would be fire-based, so let's go with that. Then I'll take a little bit of water. I do think Rogue Engineer has been nice to have. I don't use it all that often, but man. Great to not have to drop your backpack all the time. Braced ya. And now you're done for. Okay, maybe not. How weak are you to lightning? Huh, I can't complain about that. Does duty... Is there any samples that could spawn near the duty weapon? I don't think so. So much thick oil, though, it's insane. Also, I'm kind of heavy. Walked out of here with 4 samples already. Beautiful. I'll probably drop my weapon for the Djinn. Or drop my backpack for the Djinn, just because I don't want to be super heavy. How heavy? These guys fight each other. It's easier that way. Yeah, it's just easier. The gargoyle I can take out pretty quick, but the Mediz, a double Mediz fight is tricky. Come on, you. I feel like I've been doing this since I played the game for the first time. Always getting these two to fight each other. Come on. Now you see me. That'll aggro him. It usually does. Let's let them two fight and I'll solo this one. How about that? What the heck? Ah. Somebody got lost. Oh, too bad that missed. Hello? Did you not see the gargoyle? Now they saw him. But he's still on me. There we go. Laser beam? Not yet. He'll die, though. The thing is, the gargoyle can kill the Mediz pretty quick. That's so fun to dodge. Definitely helped me out with damage there. Ooh, beautiful. Go for it, man. He's almost dead. Get him. Nice. See what he does. Sword attack or no? I think usually if you pressure them, they'll do it less. Ta-da! When they team up against you, it's the worst. Oh, I know, yeah. When they team up, it can get bad pretty quick. It can get bad pretty quick. There's the key, though. We've got that. Don't think I need it, but I'll grab it. And now we go fight the Djinn. Which, like I said, I think I'm going to use Lightning Ball. That'll probably be the best way to do it. There we go. Probably get right up this ramp and then I'll buff. Okay. Brace will be back by the time we need it. That's good. How many hours of playtime do you have in Outward? I think it was about 1,700-ish. You know what? My stamina's looking a little goofy. Let's fix that. Go for a resist, because that doesn't hurt. Actually, a lot of buffs we could do here, because I have some pretty good stuff. That's what I love about the food store, man. They just give you some really, really good foods to back up on. Okay, Runic Protection and Lantern. And then I'll pull out the big sword in case we need to use it, but I'm thinking we probably won't. Water. I forgot water. Okay, drop the bag here. I need your help moving the Ember Heart.
Move the Ember Heart. If you won't leave, then I'll make you.
I'll make you. Woo! That's quick. Hard to dodge. I got an idea. Let's get this fireball to move away, and then I'm gonna walk up and doom him. Got him. Okay. Now how much damage we do. That's a little bit better. I think he does have some lightning resist, though, from what that looked like. It was a white bar and not a red one. I have to assume he's at least somewhat resistant. Probably only 20%, though. Oh, yeah, this is too easy. Buddy, you gotta try harder than that. Schmack. No buffing, we jump right into this.
Enough! And you've got the stupid
Oh no, he's big now.
Well, how do you like me now, puny human? I warned you. You've made
And
the
now's where
wrong
we back
choice
up,
today.
and he can't touch us. But I wonder if my doom stayed on him. I don't think it did. I gotta get in here for a second. Pop it. Gotcha. Now he's weak to our damage. That is a very high-ranged, far-ranged attack, so I gotta be careful. Look at this. Just destroying him. Yeah, that's why guns are so good against him. If you stand far back, he just can't do anything. He's so slow. I remember bow being really good against him, too. Any melee build with high impact is generally pretty decent, too. But if you have low impact, he is kind of tough. Sorry, bud. We have the cheesy build. We gotta use the cheesy build. And one more hit might do it. There we go. The Jin's defeated. It's that easy, folks. Stand back 20 feet and launch nukes. Just launch them.
All right, you win. Stop. Take this, and you have made.
Ta-da!
a
The Jin's
powerful enemy.
lamp. It's the lantern that nobody uses. Because it's really cool, but I don't know. Coils is better to me. Coil is too good. Excuse me? I want outside, not inside. Hey, let me out! No! Let me out! Why are you doing this? There we go. That's I don't know why that happens, but the door just sometimes doesn't want to let you through. Is there any way you can inflict elemental vulnerability without breaking the rules? No. I believe all forms of elemental vulnerability require you to deal damage with another weapon type. Which, yeah, imagine 25% more elemental damage out of this. That'd be crazy. You ever used the Fabulous Palladium Shield? Yes, I've used that a lot. It is my... yeah, probably my favorite shield in the game. Very strong and very easy to get that inflicted because it just needs the shield bash and hit twice. It stacks with hexes? Yes. Yes, sir. So if you inflicted the hex, that's 25% weaker to lightning, and then the vulnerability, they'd be 50% weaker to lightning. You could do a co-op build like this, and then the other person... Exalted doesn't work in co-op, though. But still, the build's the same. The concept is the same. You could do the same dealio, and then have your buddy inflict elemental vulnerability. It's not a bad way to go about it. And we need to go back to town, because I've got quite a few samples to turn in. And I'm going to empty this... Where's the ship at? Is it still across the map? I think it is. There are other ways to get elemental vulnerability. Yes, there are a couple, actually. So, the Fabulous Palladium Shield is one of the better ways. The Chimera Pistol is the second way. That is sold from the Smuggler. That is a 100% build-up, which is pretty strong. The... Palladium Knuckles, for whatever reason, inflict elemental vulnerability. None of the rest of the Palladium weapons do, but the Knuckles do. There is a boss mace weapon that you can craft. That inflicts it, though it doesn't deal any elemental damage. There might be another one. Am I missing something? Oh, yes. The Shark Cartilage weapons. The Shark Cartilage Scythe and the Shark Cartilage... There's another one, isn't there? It's a Scythe and something else, I think. Maybe it's just the Scythe. That one inflicts elemental vulnerability. That one's really, really good. Oh, it's an axe. The Shark Cartilage axe. Yeah, those two are pretty good. They're very quick. It's easy to inflict the status. The problem with those is they don't actually do that much damage. They're like early to mid-game weapons. So unless you're buffing them pretty good, they don't hit as hard. You gonna explore the unknown arenas? Yes. When I do these full runs like this, for videos, which is for a video, we do everything. Except for the Breath of Darkness. That quest is just bad, and I only ever do it if I mod the game, because it's easy that way. But yeah, I do all the arenas, all the mini-bosses, and then both DLCs. How much left of this run do we have to complete? We're pretty close. I mean, we're at the Jin part. Technically, the very next step is Crimson Avatar. But I gotta make, I think, 2 more buildings. So I gotta see if I should turn this in or not. Oh yeah, I should wait. I should wait. I think the original plan that I had was to go around and do every dungeon one more time to get samples. And then we'll come back, turn it in, and move on. I should probably upgrade the food store too, though. I haven't done that yet. Okay, we're back. Strange Rusted Sword. Yeah, that's the one I didn't mention. That one is a decent option for mages. Ta-da! The music during nighttime here is so much more peaceful. It's actually crazy. Did I think you're the biggest content creator for Howard? I believe so. Put that back. There we go. 4 samples. Ooh, guys, I think I can go kill the Scarlet Emissaries again. Yeah, because this should have been reset. Aha! Take this bad boy. Put that right there. Now what we can do is come in here and grab these. And if I remember the recipe correctly, it is green beetle and water. Ta-da! Beautiful. Those will help us move around way easier. I don't need those right now. Let's stock those away. Probably don't need that many of those either. There we go. We're back down in the appropriate weight range for this, I believe. Also, the go-to Salt and Sacrifice guy. Glad to hear it. Yeah. Salt and Sacrifice didn't get too many people making stuff on it either. Most people didn't care for it as much because it is worse than the first, but it's still pretty fun in a lot of ways. And then we will put this back, and I think we'll sleep to get rid of the nighttime. Alright, cave we want to do first. Let's do Chalcedony and move to the next one. That's where the Scarlet Emissary is. Then we'll do Old Sirocco, because that definitely has the Emissary. What we're looking for is Bloodroot, Digested Mana Stone. I think those are it. Those are the only 2 I don't have. Maybe a Voltaic Vines, because I've already used the one I had. There we go. Okay. Aha. It's my lantern I keep forgetting about. And Marathon Potion will help us move a bit faster. Hot Weather Defense goes up to 46. Sweet. The 5th skill is Doom. Yeah, 5th skill is the one that applies the Doom text. Yeah. Is it worth checking over here? I have the Marathon Potion. I'll do it real quick. There is a sample spawn this way. Is that Runic Armor you have on? No, this is actually the Rust Lich Helmet and the Silver Chestplate. Runic Chestplate is pretty good too, though. Aha! Look at me knowing what I'm talking about. The little bugger was hiding away from us. Glad you actually use your potions. I keep saving them for that time, and then it never comes. Yeah, I used to be the same way. I used to hoard every single potion possible and then never use them, but the best thing that I ever did was I played a couple of those hardcore runs, and they really help you play the game a little bit more efficiently. It's really tough, but it ingrained some nice, good habits into me. Some really nice, good habits. What's up, Soul Lord? Videos helped me with Outward. Thank you. Yeah, you bet, man. The thing is, I think the Red River can have a sample, but I'm not sure how often it is that it does. Died way too many times in hardcore to not chug those things, right? That's the thing, is it takes once. It takes one time of messing up. So you might as well buff up every single time in hardcore. I did a pretty good job about not dying in hardcore until I did the gun run. Died one time in that run, and then the dagger run I haven't completed yet, because that one seems to be the toughest so far. The other offhand that I would do is Chakram. Chakram also seems quite difficult. The thing about it is if you did it with only the Chakram and no blocking, it's really tough. Blocking is a huge tool for Chakram builds. Very, very big tool. You know, you want to be able to get up in close and then activate all your skills for those. Alright, people. We need to probably use the lightning. That way we can stay safe and not get gastrosened. How close do I need to get, though? Not too close. Oh yeah, this is the one that can't shoot uphill. So I'm safe. I can just kill him. Because all of his projectiles will hit the ground. I forgot about that. Whoa! Alright, don't do a ranged attack. Sometimes these guys will range you when you're 2 feet from him. It's very annoying. Right there. Oh, running attack. Schmack. Nothing so far. You gotta get really near to use chakrams. Yeah, so the thing about chakrams is 2 of them are pretty decently ranged, kind of to mid-range. But the most important one, which is the one that deals all the impact, basically does all an enemy's impact pretty instantly. That one is up close. You basically have to hug the enemy to activate that one. And since that's so valuable of a tool, you typically just end up standing pretty close. And these bugs are annoying. Luckily not overly difficult to kill, and what is that? Nothing. Just got a Pearl Bird mask on my first bird on this playthrough. That's crazy how that happens. Sometimes it's first time, other times you never get it. We are not fighting that guy. Waste of time. You make Outward look way more easy than it is. Yeah, I mean, I played it a lot, and right now I have the Exalted perk, so my damage is kind of spiked. Which really helps, obviously. Ooh, I got a rebuff, don't I? Use the skill, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sword is probably gonna die on me here soon. I should rebuff that. The thing about these specific beetles is they're just very good at stopping you from hitting them. I thought I predicted it. He did not do anything. The desert beetles are a lot easier. I'm just going for it. That dude is annoying me. He dealt a good amount of damage for one hit. I guess it's because it's probably ice damage. I don't think I have any resistance. I mean, I think I have 20, but that's about it. Nothing major in there that I need. Let's go grab the gargoyle, finish him off. Hello, gargoyle. Come here, you. Walk into my trap. Wow, look at the range on that. That's kind of dumb. Goodbye. Yeah, the range on that is way higher than you would think it would be. That's the detonation. Just letting it blow up by inputting it instead of having them run into it. It seems kind of crazy. Probably got double AoE from what it looks like. Boop. And then no impact. Very repetitive there, buddy. Maybe try something new on. That might have helped you out. Schmack. Schmack. I don't know if they'll try to attack through that. He's dead. What's up, Endless? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Come back here, take a look. Nothing. Yeah, trap is really, really nice for the Cali grades. I am liking it there. Come on. Walk forward, please. And blow up. If you're not gonna walk forward, I'll just attack you myself. Ooh, that was a close one. I almost didn't dodge. And there should be another one in here. Ooh, look at you. Hello, gorgeous. So that's 2. I don't think it's worth looking around anymore. The thing is, sometimes there's 3 samples a cave, but it's pretty rare. I'll just dip out now. Oh, there you are. See if the AoEs or not. They like to AoE. Running attack! Goodbye. Wouldn't be a melee run if she didn't miss the eventual counters. Right? Yep. That's the thing, is if you always wait for the enemy to attack, the counters are relatively easy to hit, but if you try and predict them, you will miss a lot of the time. You playing only with Runic Sword? No, we're using everything. Runic Trap, Runic Sword, Runic Lightning, all that stuff. How much mana you got? My total mana amount is 100. I got 40 from Rune Sage, and I've got 20 from the... what's it called? The Peacemaker Elixir. I think I took 2 points, though. I thought I only took 2 points of mana. Did I end up taking a third at some point? I don't feel like it. That doesn't add up, though, does it? I don't know. I felt like I only took 2. I might be wrong about that. Might be wrong about that. And sometimes the emissary's over here. Ooh, is that him? Did I barely catch a glimpse of him? No, I don't think I did. Alright, let's check how heavy we are. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Let's go another marathoner potion. It's gonna be a bit. I feel like it'd be nice if the marathon potions were also available base game, too. I mean, you can come over here and farm for them, but that's not really efficient. It's the yellow diamond symbol? I believe you're talking about Blessed Weapon. Divine Light Imbue, it's what's on the Runic Blade. Come on, Emissary, where are you, buddy? Come out to play. Nothing yet. You really got to keep an eye out for them, because they can hide in some really goofy spots. Usually you see them pretty far off, but occasionally they'll just be behind a tree or something. And that's brutal. Because you want to prepare for those guys. If they jump you, you are in trouble. Check down here really quick. Nothing. Okay, good. There's also no horses, which is fantastic. I hate fighting the horses over here all the time. 1 or 2 is okay, but they like to throw 1,000 of them at you. Even for pure mages, like 60 mana is enough. Yeah, you could get a lot of good stuff from armor sets and skill trees to reduce the costs. So you don't usually need that, especially if you get the Lich's armor. The Lich's armor have so much high negative mana cost. You can usually do with 1 point and be okay. At least depends on what you're doing. 1 or 2 points. If I'm doing mega hardcore mage, I'll go 3, but that's the highest usually. Oh, the diamond shape on my hotbar. Yeah, that's brace. That's brace. You would have seen that one before, though. I've used brace like 1,000,000 times. Gotta use brace. It is fantastic. Hello, emissary. Should I detonate you? I feel like that would be a better use of my time. Here we go. Run into it. Run into it. Come on. Boom. Ooh, you gotta love that. You let me set up for another one? And you're done. That's to be expected. We didn't get anything from this guy. That's to be expected, though. Can't get them all. Double check this chest over here. One of my newbie runs, I took like 120. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of mana. I mean, here's the thing. If you go pretty defensive on your armor set, and you don't get a lot of negative mana cost, you might need a little bit more mana and not as much health because you got better defense. So, there's ways to play around with it. Yeah, that's probably brace endless. The diamond symbol. I don't usually use it with mage builds, but I got it on. Yeah, whatever is in my R spot. The ultimate counter skill. That's what we call that. That dungeon was kind of a bust. Hopefully the next one isn't. Kill Scarlets like they're bandits. With this build, yes, absolutely. This is one of the best builds I've ever had for killing Scarlets. Okay, that will hit only 1 time, which is good for us. Calm down there. They didn't back up so much to be easier to hit. Another obsidian shard. I like to store those up. Those are not only very good to sell, but you need 10 of them later in the game. Ooh, still hot. What am I... This actually gives hot weather, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. And now on to Old Sirocco, which I wish I could just take a path through here to get there, but I think it's blocked off by lava. What's up, Shaw? Long time no see. Tried to catch up and watch the earlier streams, but I got lonely, so I'm here. Gotcha, gotcha. Fair enough. Seems like you're holding your own with runes. I am indeed. They've been doing very well. We're about done with the main story, just finishing up New Sirocco. Every time I invest 1 point into mana, feels 2 points is too luxurious, right? Yeah, that's why I always used to take 3, because a 1 point is definitely more than enough for a lot of builds. 2 is really good, but sometimes if you take 3 and you don't feel like wearing a lot of mage armor, it's just so cozy. I think we're out of luck on the emissary for this side. He's probably on the right, which is okay with me. Just gotta double check. Oh, no, he's right there again. Huh. I've never seen this guy here so often. I wonder what his deal is. Ethereal and fire would be great. Biggest challenge so far was the first cannibal, unironically. That guy dealt a lot of damage to me. Ooh, I don't like that damage. Gave me one good opening. I missed it. Unfortunate. I could probably counter him. But yeah, they're not very easy to counter. Because they attack so many times. Good trap time. Wait till he does something. Man. The thing is, sometimes they go for a 5-hit combo, sometimes they go for a 3, and you never know. Ectoplasm. Not what we wanted, but we'll take it. Not what we wanted by any means, but we will take him. You think the build's still strong without the cheese? Oh yeah, no, it's very strong. It's just the fact that without the exalted thing, I would probably be using runic lightning a lot less. Runic lightning is not very strong outside of like sniping lesser enemy type deal. Whereas here it's actually pretty good because of that bonus damage. Okay, I gotta go to the bottom, don't I? I think the tell for the 5-hit is they move their whole body, but they don't for the 3rd hit. Okay, I'll have to try to remember that. It's just really tricky because here's the thing. If they do the 3-hit, that's an opening. You can attack. But if they do the 5, you can't attack. What's up, Palmer? Just got endowed because of my cousin. Love your vids. Oh, nice. Tell your cousin, good job getting you into a cool game. Give me something juicy here. Damascus bow. Yeah, that's alright. It's alright. Not great. What am I actually carrying that's weighing me down? Yeah, it's the obsidian stones. We'll drop them. They weigh a ridiculous amount. To be fair, they're pretty valuable. Obsidian weapons, crazy strong. Stop using the Tenebris armor. Yeah, I ran Tenebris for most of the faction quest, and I ran through Sorobor with it. I did the Rust and Vengeance with that. But then we swapped over to Lightning to buff up the Runic Lightning more to try that out. I think, obviously, Runic Trap is stronger, so buffing that is better. But here's the thing, this armor set is way more defensive, and I like it a little bit more for the overall play. Tenebris is great, but it's a mage. You feel like a mage. You're not nearly as defensive. He said, I love the Obsidian Pistol. Oh yeah, Obsidian Pistol's the best. Obsidian Pistol's the best, man. Breakthroughs are Philosopher, Rogue Engineer, and Rune Sage. I don't think anything can spawn that way. Is it a waste of my time to check? Yeah, probably. Let's go with this guy here. Tor Crab is not too bad. Depends on where he's at, though. Looks like he walked... Oh, there he is. There he is. Aha. So now we snipe him. Pew! Hey, look at that amazing damage. Walk into it. Nice. I'm actually buffed up. If I could just go straight to the emissary, I think I can avoid the burning men for now. Hello, sir. Come to kill you. You have loot that I want. And boom. I think 2 traps, 1 detonation. Feels really good. That deals with them pretty easily. Oh, dude. They are not giving me any of the stuff that I actually need. They keep giving me basic stuff, but not that. Yeah, the detonation is crazy. I kind of want to see how good the detonation is on arena bosses. The damage is nutty. It's just really hard to kite arena bosses, so I'm not sure how well we could do that. What you want? You want some of this? Yeah, that's what I thought you were about to do. Got hit by it a little bit, but only a tickle. It's okay. And now we go back out the backside, I think. Or no, that was all three, yes? Yeah, that was all three. I can still check the backside real quick. Maybe. No, I have to come back anyway. We'll just leave out the front and then come back through, because I gotta do old Sirocco. What's up, BB? Welcome, man. Nah, I don't need to fight that guy. He's a waste of time. Watched your Knuckle run when you were doing it live. You inspired me to try Knuckles for the first time. Need to finish that run before Hour 2. Yeah, Knuckles are arguably one of the more fun types to use. They're just also pretty difficult. They don't block 100%, and they're really fast, so you gotta get used to dodging pretty quickly. I don't know if I've ever seen this guy here. I caught him out of the corner of my eye, though, as we walked up. There we go. That was old Sirocco. Pretty decent loot from this place. You can run through it really quick, and you get a couple of things guaranteed. The only person I've seen kill bosses very easily with that build. What build are we talking about, Destiny? What's been the best build you've ever used? Ghost of Endmerker. It's not even a competition. It's either... Actually, no. Ghost of Endmerker or Monster Hunter. The thing is, Monster Hunter is the easier one of the two to use for the whole game, because it's really tanky. It's very hard to kill that build. But Ghost of Endmerker is the most fun build, by far. That is essentially infinite stamina build with the Dreamer Halberd and Elemental Discharge, which gives you really good range, super strong melee damage, and yeah, literally infinite stamina. I think it had negative 65 stamina cost-ish. Which, I mean, I pretty much have infinite stamina here too, but that's because of the Exalted, obviously. Played again for the first time like a year and got caught up in the jail not once, not twice, but 3 times. Ooh. Yep, fair enough, fair enough. How many ways are there to end up in the jail? Is it just by talking to them, or can you get captured by the bandits too? I don't remember. How many days has it been? I think it's 2. I need to watch for that though. Need to be careful about that. You, my friend, did not have very good loot this time. Obsidian pistol with ice bullet is so funny. What do you mean I ignited a group of enemies with cold damage? Yeah, that one arguably doesn't make any sense, but it is awesome. Does the same thing with the lightning bullet too. There is a random death event? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't get a lot of the random death events anymore, so I miss out on some of the cool ones. The last one I got, I think, was the Desert Bandit one, where they capture you. Aren't there any emissaries at the back of Old Sirocco? There's 3 emissaries in total that you can get until the Scarlet Sanctuary is opened up. There's 1 in the Red River, 1 outside of Old Sirocco somewhere. It could be next to Old River, it could be outside the main entrance or the back entrance. And then there's the 3rd one, which is in the bottom of Old Sirocco, and that's where we just came from. Those are all 3 until you open up Sanctuary. Sanctuary has 2 or 3 of them. I think it's 2. Yeah, I believe it's 2 of them. They're actually pretty easy to get to. All right, let's see how many samples we got now. Is there a build where you have 100% immunity to status? Technically, yes, but it's kind of moot. There's not very many reasons to do that in this game. Even just 15% status resist, which I always have from miasmic tolerance, is enough to not get statused more than 2 hits. There's 1, 2, 1, 2. So how many do we have? We've got 3 mole pigs, 3 of the rocks, and 2 plants. That is a much better ratio than last time. Okay, put all these away. Don't need rage potions. Those are not necessary. Aha. Okay, doing good on the food. We need more water, though. I don't get much death events, but when it happens, it's usually a good old Gep saving you. Yep, that is pretty common. That is a very common one, actually. I like the one that he does in the swamp. That one's pretty cool. Where they put you is really neat. It's an area you never usually go to. There we go. Get our stamina back. Do that twice. Check the durability on these. These are going bad. I wonder if I have another pickaxe. I don't think I do, though. Oh, I do. Look at me being mildly prepared. And I got plenty of these bad boys. I've been stocking these up for a while. Okay, let's go main menu just to make sure I reset that timer. And don't get overzealous on running around. And then we'll hop back in. And I think this time we'll just head back to where we were. Do the volcano area, because there's an ornate chest down there I can grab. And then I'll come out the back way, do lighthouse, I think. I still need to do the Cali Gray Arena, so maybe we hit that while we're back there. Depends on how much weight we have left. It depends. It could be close by then. The hobo camp, yeah. My mini new Sirocco hobo camp. There we go. Here's the interesting thing, though. So this is something I don't fully understand, and if anybody knows, let me speak up. The Exalted perk, right? Originally, I was told the way to stop Exalted is when you originally get it, make sure you have 100% status resist, yes? But then every time you enter the game or exit the game, I think it's come back into the game, you need to have 100% status resist on you. That way it doesn't proc. That sounds incredibly tedious and annoying. Versus this way, which is very easy. Just don't let yourself reach 10 days without going to the main menu. This way seems way simpler. The other one is... I mean, I guess it's not that hard to get status resist every time you come back in the game. Just throw it on before you exit, but... Whichever way you want to go about it, I guess. Both are tedious. Yeah, but which one's more tedious? That's the question. That is the question. You ever had a glitch where you get saved and you just stay on the ground and not stand up? No, actually. But I have seen that, I think. I think I saw a picture of it online. I've never had that happen to me personally. He said the third one, don't get exalted. I mean, yeah, that is the least tedious option. That's true. Okay, what are we looking for here? Come on, sometimes there's one right around here. Nope. Okay, now we'll go back that way. Let's see, Hammer said, how are you, aren't you exalted? How do you deal with the life drain? So the way I've been dealing with life drain is, it's what I just did there, how I went to the main menu. You go to the main menu before every 10 days, it'll never proc. That's weird. Can't get past that? Hold on. Huh, look at this. There's a little dip in the ground here. That was odd. Never seen that before. We're gonna have to deal with, I think, another gargoyle. Well, I don't have... Yeah, there's 2 of them. I could ignore one, but I'll fight both. They're fun to fight this run, so I might as well just go for it. Doesn't hurt me. The problem with taking Exalted is that if you die, then it's a huge problem. Because then your character's done. Ledges are your arch nemesis. Yeah, falling off a ledge is brutal. The worst area is probably the swamp for that. It's so easy to fall off in the swamp. I think I already grabbed that chest. There's just 1,000 areas where you can drop off. Ooh, shield. Don't need it. There you are, Mantis. Hello. I guess we're not gonna attack me today. The eldest brother. So this location is usually pretty decent for samples. I don't know how... It just depends. We already killed the mini-bosses, so we're kind of missing out on those. I wonder if the Ember Heart's in here. I never went back after removing the Ember Heart to see what it looks like. I assumed the model's gone. But yeah, I don't think I've ever gone back after. Should be able to see it from up here, I would think. Hello, sir. There we go. Wait for the freeze. Kind of went for it there. Oh yeah, look, the Ember Heart's gone. Ah, nice. Another Shimmer Potion. Beautiful. Gotta love those Shimmer Potions. Let's see. What am I missing here? Health regen? Yeah, health regen's pretty useful. Triple check this ledge right here, because this ledge usually has something. Look at that view! It's pretty sweet. It's a very cool design dungeon. I like what they did with the Caldera region as far as dungeons go. They look really neat. Are they better than Sorobor dungeons? That's the tough part. Sorobor's pretty good too. And you've been braced, good sir. A good brace will win any battle. That is the fact. Like, look at this. This bridge is broke. Used to be even more path over there, but I guess... unusable now. In your opinion, what is better, a mage or a warrior? A warrior for me. It depends on what you mean by better, because if you're talking, like... how to kill bosses the easiest, it's mage all the way. Sigil stacking is really, really strong. And it requires little to no effort. All you have to do is put them down, and then everything you hit will be staggered infinitely, because it just does so much damage. But in general play, I think... melee is... yeah, it's my favorite. I think it's a little bit better for... a lot of enemies. Especially since melee usually means better defense. Not always, but... mages can be quite squishy. Probably go for 2 hits. I don't think 3 hits is safe on these guys. That attack is a bad one to follow up, I think. There we go. Now he's dead. Okay. But yeah, which one would I rather take into an arena boss? I prefer probably melee. Melee's impact abuse is pretty nice to have. I'm gonna double do this because I think this light's about to go away. There we go. I'm going for a melee. Schmack. Has anyone seen a sample? I've been checking, but I've also been focusing on the combat. I don't think I've seen one yet. They added a lot more verticality. Oh, yeah, for sure. Can you stack sigils like 2 fireballs from 1 spark? No. Every sigil can be stacked on top of the other colors, but you cannot stack a sigil on top of itself. And money. Not a lot of money, but it all adds up. Okay, you can't roll off of that, but you can roll off the backside. Ever tried a bow build? Do you think they're any good? Yeah, they're one of the better... Outward's one of the better games to try bow builds in. They don't have a lot of options until the end game with the other elemental arrows, but... I mean... Most games don't give you anything but a regular arrow, or some of them give you a couple types. Like, Dragon's Dogma is still probably the best bow build I've ever played. But Outward is really good, too. Huh, thought I'd be out of that. Outwards is also pretty nice, because you don't have to really learn enemy movements at all. You just hit stuff from far away and usually kill them before they get to you. This little ridge right here is really hurting me. Oh yeah, this is the one that heals, isn't it? Nope, not getting me with that. Not getting me with that, buddy. But yeah, I absolutely like the bow builds you could do. There's a couple different options too. There's not just one. Like, you could go elemental bow build. You could go status, hex bow build, or you could go the physical route. The physical route is probably my least favorite, although it's the strongest outside of DLCs, probably. Schmack! Not paying attention there, bud. I actually don't know why he was faced the wrong way. Just tuned in. I imagine this build's very difficult early on, but gets a lot stronger. That's pretty much how it is. Yeah, it's hard to do early, mainly because you lack the mana, you lack the good armor for it. In the end, it's pretty busted. Alright, now I'm gonna go down and check the ornate chest. I might have to kill the gastrocene. Maybe. Yeah, he's gonna be right in my way. Depends on what I want to hit him with. I guess I could go... The lightning sword probably would be better. Yeah, let me do that. There we are. Oh no, that's the wrong combination. Whoop. The problem with gastrocenes is I don't like fighting them in tight quarters. And this guy is, in fact, in a very tight quarter. Goodbye. Have you done Vault of Stone? Yes, but I'm gonna head there again for the samples. But yeah, we did do that already. I killed She Who Speaks. She is dead. And then there's nothing over there. Honestly, yeah, I didn't get a lot out of this. I mean, we got some good, decent money selling items, but that's about it. You either hit gold or you don't find much. Usually the way it goes. I like this dungeon in particular, though, because it's quite a good amount of fun enemies to fight. Rock mantises are really fun. There's 1 Tor Crab, there's 2 gargoyles. And then 2 gastrocenes. Decent variety. No Caligrays is really my rule of thumb. I hate fighting Caligrays. They're probably my least favorite Caldera enemy to fight consistently. Every now and again, not so bad. It's just because they group up, and groups are more... I don't know. You gotta kind of jump around with groups. Medis are pretty fun, though. Medis are always in groups, but you could usually 1v1 them, because they don't attack very often. Our current build is a Vampiric Dagger with the Cerulean Saber Master Gazite set. Oh, doing the Assassin enchant. Yeah, I love the Assassin enchant. Those are really strong. Extra impact and extra physical damage. Super nice. Super nice. Yeah, Ancient Dwellers for this build are very doable. The lightning does quite a good amount of damage to them. They're annoying and unrewarding for me. Caligrays? Yeah, I wish they dropped something better. They could drop Occult Remains. They can drop Lightning Rags and stuff. Ooh, Gep's Blade. They usually don't drop much. I feel like dropping a Lightning Varnish every time would be better incentive to fight them. Because a Rag really ain't it. Not for DLC area. Hello, Gep's Blade. Thank you for that. They usually just drop their hairs, and you don't even use their hairs for most things. I don't even know what you use them for. Is it Slayer armor that uses the Caligray hair? I like how they show honor in the arena. The arena is where I like fighting them, because you only fight one of them. You fight a single Caligray. The hairs sell for 18 apiece. That's not bad. Hello, you. I almost walked right past you. What are you doing over here? Also, where did that ghost come from? That is such an outward thing. You walk past an area, turn around, there's enemies. You go, what? Didn't I just come from there? What's up, Chad? Build's looking strong. Heck yeah, it is, dude. It's really strong. Build is a beast. Hello, Chakram. Super lightweight, sells for lots of money. I'm kind of enjoying traveling at night. I never play at nighttime in Outward. Just because I'm a big daytime guy, I don't like not being able to see stuff. But the music is... I don't know. Feels great this playthrough. This is really nice. Pretty much always just use Buzu backpack, carry Mafinos. Yeah. Buzu backpack's one I like to use a lot. If I ever play co-op, it's typically Buzu backpack I choose. Or actually, I take that back. The alchemical backpack, the preservation backpack, that one's really nice in co-op. Because you could kind of just be the guy that holds all the food. Especially if I play with my brother, he doesn't craft as much as I do. So I'll just hold all the food. So it never goes bad, and then we can get our buffs more often. Howard's got one of the best OST. For sure it does. You gonna kill the bosses with this build, Sheen? That is the plan. As long as we make it that far. So far, so good. At least your build allows for a very cool lantern. Exactly. The coolest lantern. Sierzo, Chersonese Day, Hallowed Marsh Monsoon. Those tracks are the best. Yep, that's true. They're very hard to beat. What's your favorite map? My favorite map design. I don't know. Well, I have to say, my favorite dungeon system is the Antique Plateau. But if we're talking specifically map, there isn't actually much on the Antique Plateau map. So that's probably my least favorite if we're talking just the overall world. Chersonese is decent, but not crazy. I would have to go Hallowed Marsh, I think. That map is actually awesome. They have the Pilgrim's Trail, which tells you where to go, kind of. They've got all of the... It's actually probably the most detailed because it has all those little swampy parts that you can't actually walk in unless you have poison resist. Yeah, I might go Hallowed Marsh. That might be the best map. Well, we don't have a sample right there. Come here, you. Goodbye. What location do I dislike the most? That's a good question. Which of the 6 regions do I dislike the most? That is a tough one. I don't really know if I dislike any of them. The thing is, they're all pretty even. The one I'm leaning towards saying is the desert. Even though I do like the desert, it's probably the one that has the least to it. It is mostly empty. Outside of the main locations. Man, Trap is like too good for ghosts. It just one-taps him. You literally never have to fight a ghost the entire game. What's up, 6? He said swamp. Don't like the swamp. I don't know. I like the swamp. Especially because you could become immune and walk around in it. I think that adds to it. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I probably have to go desert. Any poison swamp area is my most hated area. That's probably a pretty common sentiment. That is probably a pretty common sentiment. Now move, bro. Bleh. Don't need any of that. Fighting dinos is more fun than fighting bugs. Yeah, I mean, bugs are... Honestly, I'd say, yeah, I don't really like fighting the bugs for the most part. I think the assassin beetles are pretty fun, but they're very easy to mess up because they're mid-distance, so their tongue can just instantly attack you out of nowhere. And then those other beetles, I actually don't like fighting them. They don't ever drop anything, so just kind of a waste of time. If they had a dungeon that was mostly those bugs and maybe an elite version of them, that would maybe be cooler. But they don't have that. There's just kind of an extra enemy in the open areas. Need to get my buffs going for these 3. These 3 are a pain in the butt. What's up, Ashram? How's it going, man? One thing I dislike about the desert is that it's a dead end. Only one entrance and exit. Yeah, I mean, there is that second exit, which is basically to the left of the first one. But it just leads to the same entrance, which is odd. It leads right back to the Endmarker Forest. Be cool if it connected to maybe... Dude, imagine if Sirocco had all 3 zones connected to it. That'd be crazy. You could just go anywhere. Alright, I'm gonna place this down, and then we'll summon the sword. Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. Boom! You're dead. AoE. Always. What? Did anybody else see that lightning curve around my character? It's a ripoff. Wow, teaming up. That's rude. That is very Cali Gray behavior, though. Let's be honest. Ooh, the damage that I just took is crazy. Sit down. Do you die from this? Not quite. The damage I took for that was crazy. There we go. And chest. Least favorite region is Chersonese. Just because I have the mentality you should be leaving the starter zone. I like Chersonese for what it is, though. That is true. All the loot there is a lot lower than the rest of the game. But I think the dungeons are really fun. Ghost Pass is a really cool idea where it's just all ghosts. So if you have a hard time killing ghosts, I mean, just don't go there. I like the idea of having the Cabal Hermit locked off from the rest of the region. Those are some fun ideas. Why don't you sell the recipes? I don't know. Once I get to this point in the game, really the only thing I'm worried about selling are super high-priced items. Stuff like glass weapons that sell for 600. Just because I have money back in my chest. So... it helps me kind of keep the pack a little bit lighter if I don't keep everything that's small like that to sell. My favorite region is Abrasar because my first playthrough and I spent a lot of time there. That's fair. It is a cool region. I like the dungeon design for that region. Especially the slide. The slide is one of the cooler ideas in Outward for me. It's a single dungeon that connects to every part of the map. It helps you get to the top, the bottom, the middle, and the back, which is really interesting. I think I might go in here and sleep, though. Nighttime is over. I gotta sell stuff, too. Always go for the mace skill, because I love tackling Ghost Pass early. That's a super nice strategy to do, because if you tackle Ghost Pass early, ghosts drop good loot. They just drop some decent stuff. They can drop, I think, occult remains, too, which are really neat to have for the horror weapons. Okay. Don't have my other tent, but I can use this one. Because I don't think I have my tent buff now. Whatever happened to that? Oh, I never slept when I went back to town. That's what happened. That's what happened. Wonder if they're going to have transmog in Outward 2. I don't know, because it's one of those things that a lot of the community wants it, but the devs might not see it as their original vision type of deal. I don't know. I mean, they had the chances to include it with all the DLCs, and they never did, so...
Want to buy something?
Does that tell us something? Maybe. Here we go. Let's sell all of this stuff. I'm going to keep that just in case I need it. Love selling gems. See how much I can get. Alright, what's the weight look like now? That barely went down. Oof. That's okay. I was hoping she would have a luxury, or not a luxury, plant tent. She didn't have one. Oh well. Why is it called a satchel? So easy to make it overlooked. Getting enough scaled skin off the trader is insanely easy. Yeah, I mean, the scaled satchel is really easy to get. I think it's just because there are a lot of other options, like Six said. There's a lot of other options to get. You could go get the Buzu, which, I mean, you have to make the scaled for the Buzu, but if you go to Harmattan and just hunt that down, you can buy scaled there, so... I know a good strat, though, especially if you can't get the satchel in the base region, you could just go to the swamp. I mean, killing Taunus was a super easy way to get that material. I think probably one of the main priorities of any Outward player is to get a better backpack. Like, what's your first goal in the game when you start? I don't know if it's immediately get a new backpack, but it's pretty early on that I want one. What's the hardest boss to kill? Was it Burning Man in the Endmerker Forest? I don't know. It is Burning Man a lot of the time. I don't know if he's the hardest, because technically you could just be immune to fire damage. So that makes him easier, but... Hardest overall has got to be the Gargoyle fight, I think. Triple Gargs. Either that or Elite Crimson Avatar. Those are both insanely difficult. The heck is that? Is that Gastrocene? Huh. You know, I never take that over there. I don't know if there's any reason to go over there. Elite Sharks are pretty hard, but they're a DOT fight. Once you realize that, they could be a lot easier. Just apply burning and don't die. They'll eventually burn away. However, if you choose to fight them without DLTs, ugh, you are in for it, dude. I think totems can be pretty good for them. Totems aren't bad. I think it was the bow build. The bow build was the worst Crescent Shark fight I've ever had. The pistol was the best, because I just walked up, I shot them 8 times, and they died. But yeah, bows are really bad on Crescent Sharks. I guess you go one-handed for this. Anytime you have to fight multiple enemies with a bow, it is a little bit more difficult. Especially in a tight space, and that does both of those things. My first goal in Outward is Fanged Weapon, then Backpack. Oh yeah, true, Fanged Weapon is usually... Yeah, that's probably usually my first goal, because you just kill the hyenas and then make one. Bleed isn't really that good or anything, but it's something. It's a little bit of extra help. Not seeing anything over here. Is there a weapon-specific run you haven't done yet, but really want to get to? There's actually quite a few I haven't done. The one that I think is going to be the hardest is Chakram. Hello, Elder. Jester that I want to fight. Alright, ice. So if we go for fire... Do I have that capability? I think I do. That shouldn't be a problem. The only difficulty here is my ice resist is probably my lowest one. Running protection is a must-have. I am missing food buffs, but I'm wondering if I shouldn't take them. Hey, Tor Crab, look at this. 17 protection. What the heck, bro? On a mage build, I have 17 protection. That is crazy. I'm on my way. What if I get a stealth attack here? Yeah, I'm going stealth. We can kill the beetle outright. That'll be so much easier. Doesn't see me. Doesn't see me. Now he sees me. I need one more good hit. I think he's dead. Nope. I was mistaken. Oh, don't get hit by that. Don't get hit by that. Oh, I got hit by it. I rolled directly into it. Get the burning applied and get out of there. So these guys are the ones that do the plague. The ice ones. And still do a little bit of damage to him, though. Now he's dead. I feel like this specific Gastrocene was firing a lot faster than they usually do. Is that an arena thing, or was that just me not... I don't know. It felt like he was firing right after the other. Very little downtime there. My buffs might stay up if I do this quick enough. Smoke Spear. Actually, I'll grab all that. That does put me overweight, but I will grab that. I don't think I've ever looked at the Smoke Spear. We might look at that here in a second. Gesture you want to fight. Again. And for this one, we use a Decay, which means I just summon the sword again to get rid of the fire. There we go. I could probably stealth attack these guys. Do-do-do-do-do, you don't see me. Nice. Should I go for the Tor Crab? Yeah, always go for Tor Crab, I feel like. Oh, I didn't have enough resistance. Dude, the Minotaur doesn't see me, though. Look, he's lost. Stealth attack him, too? Oh, yeah. He did see me in the middle of that attack, though. Mana push to knock him over. And he's dead. I am still very surprised by stealth sometimes. The wonky situations you can get yourself into. Very fun. Very fun. Next build I want to see you do is the Sirocco build. No armor, just bird mask. Oh, brother. So, like, high movement speed build? Smoke bow, okay. It's a decent looking one. What's up, Devu? And then we do that one more time. I'll have to buff up for this one, though. He said, how do you unlock the refinery to the gin? Oh, the oil refinery? You need to go into the top side. Once I'm done with this fight, remind me and I can show you. On the map. But you gotta go to the top side and pull a lever, and then you can access the lower part. What are these guys? It's just a gargoyle. I mean, it's just a gargoyle, so I should be able to wreck him, yeah. Why am I trying so hard? I don't know. Got 2 samples. I will go Gabberry, though. I feel like that's okay. Geronimo. Should I stealth again? Stealth. Ooh, that's bad. I'm a little overweight here. Here's the thing, if I can get the Caligray over to me, that's a 1v1 I win all day. Wow, over half his HP in a single hit. Dodge that, and get him out of the way. Just you and me, old Garg. Whoa. Imagine that much damage just waking up. Not pretty. Easy money. The Caligray dungeon was nothing this time. Caligray Arena. So easy. This was nothing to me. Gotta put on a show for us? Why are you trying so hard? I know, it's true. It's true. Grab this. I don't like any of that, but I do like the teas. Sheen, when's your no buff run gonna happen? Ooh, I got another spear. I don't know. No buff run would be kind of interesting, though. What do we mean by no buffs, though? Do we mean no passives? I feel like no buffs is just nothing in the bottom left of your screen. Which I feel like is just a trap run. How else would you even do it? You run out of stamina too fast. And I wanted to show you guys the smoke spear. What the heck? It's actually a cool looking spear. It's a very elegant item. So that's the spear, and then this is the bow. Ooh, the bow looks sick too. Oh man, the bow looks awesome. Is this the best smoke weapon? Maybe. That looks like a Skyrim bow. One of them dwarven bows. What are they called? The Dwemer? That's what that looks like. Anyway, I need to equip a main hand weapon that's super heavy. And then a marathon potion will help me too. Smoke weapons look really cool. I know, they look really cool. They're just... too bad they're not great. Howard is like 95% buffs, and no buff run sounds like pure torture. Yeah, I guess you could get some decent armor for negative stamina. Is there any word on when the next playtest is for Outward 2? I doubt there will be one. I bet you the game, the early access will be out before them. I don't know if they'll do another one. I really like the spear, though. Really like the spear. Does anyone remember how they heard of Outward? I actually do. My brother called me into his room. This was when we were both living in the same place. And he downloaded it on his Xbox, and he said, hey, you should try this game with me. And we sat down, we played it, and we played it for, I think, 4 hours. And loved it. That was back when it had no DLCs. It was only out like a month at the time. Loved it. Died a lot. Died to the Wendigo. That was one of our first big deaths. Got captured by Actually, that's when we fell in love with the game. unironically, it's weird to say that, but we fell in love with the game because our first characters, we went to Vendaval, and I picked the option to stay there, and we got put in jail. And when you don't know a lot about Outward, you don't know that you can just get your backpack out. Because what happens is in the jail, there's a pit. And if you jump in the pit, you escape prison, but you get a bunch of debuffs on you. And the thing is, if you do that, your backpack is over outside the castle. We thought our backpack was gone. It was stuck inside the castle. And so we obviously deleted those characters and started new ones. But that's how we fell in love with the game, because we were like, oh, your choices actually matter, and this is a really cool encounter that could happen to you potentially. That's pretty neat. I think back then, the biggest combat you could do was the Liches. Gold Lich, Jade Lich. They were pretty tough back then. Said I found out by watching Sir Sheen here, then I got addicted. Heck yeah. I wonder how many people I have gotten to play Outward. Hopefully a decent amount. My favorite series I did was probably the weapons. The weapon guides. The thumbnails for those all looked very similar, but I just cut out all the weapons and I just put them on there, and then doing those guides was really fun. Sunfall Axe, Dreamer Halberd, the Caldera weapons, all that stuff. Shriek. Shriek was a fun one, because that was kind of a difficult puzzle. I don't know if you could even solve that on your own. Said you definitely got me back into Outward. What's up, Super? Glad to hear it. Yeah, Shriek is probably one of the most difficult weapons. I feel like you could get the Decay Mace kind of by wandering around. That ain't happening with Plague. Just found the game when it first came out. Didn't understand how to play it. Stopped then. Ended up finding Sheen's channels. Nice. And he's been a fan ever since. A long-time member. I think 2 years now? 6 has been a member? Either 2 or 3. It's been closer to the beginning. Might be 3 by now. Might be 3 by now. New Sirocco! I'm back. I'm thinking about playing Kingdoms of Amalur. It was recommended to me, and I looked it up yesterday because I couldn't sleep. Classic case of not being able to sleep. And I just watched a review on it, and I was like, you know what? This looks kind of sick. I want to play it. It's an RPG. You made me play, and I brought one of my friends. Nice. I think it's 3 years. I believe you are the longest member, 6. I don't actually. I know for a fact you are. You and Chica, I think, are the longtime members. Okay, we got 2 more samples. Raking it in. Not really. I'm okay with doing every dungeon at least 1 more time, though. Except for maybe the Sulfuric Caverns. Sulfuric Caverns, I've already done twice. And that one is kind of boring. Kind of boring at this point. Do I need that? No. Definitely don't need... I don't need any of those. Who am I kidding? I haven't healed with a healing potion since I played the first DLC, I think. I've got arguably too many of these two, but I kind of want to keep them. There we go. Oh, I gotta get rid of the smoke weapon. Sell all that later on. He said coughs and yellow star badge. I told you, yeah, Chica's a long-time member too. He's been here a while. You know what game reminds me of a AAA Outward? Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, yeah. There's some similarities between the 2 series for sure. Okay, we are good to go. I might just go straight to the Ancient Dwellers. I kind of just want to fight them again. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. The rest of these caves are a little... I mean, I could do the Minotaur cave, but it doesn't actually drop much but meat. Samples are hard to find there. What does it mean exactly by runes only? We are only allowed to deal damage with runes. We're allowed to use anything else as long as it doesn't use damage. That's why mana push is allowed and the melee skill. What was the most challenging thing you did in Outward? I mean... the most challenging thing I ever did in Outward. I feel like it's just fighting Elite Crimson Avatar for the first time. Or maybe even the regular Avatar for the first time. They're really tough. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to stop my burnt stamina, but I think the T's are all back right in my chest. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the giant cave. I'll do that on the way back. The giant cave's awesome. It has like a ton of loot. Definitely can't forget about that one. Remember the first run I ever got Shriek? It was a co-op run. And I killed my brother with a plague. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah, that weapon is an anti-co-op machine, dude. It's very deadly. The Burning Man with the 2 elite horses. If you don't have good AoE, it's pretty terrible. I agree. That fight is brutal. I think an elite Burning Man on its own is tough. Adding the 2 horses makes it really difficult. Should I go that way? No, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so someone was asking about the oily caverns. Anyway, there's the underside loading dock and the oil refinery. Then there's the refinery outflow. Right? The oil refinery is where you go first. Inside here, you can pull the lever. And then in here, it'll be open once you pull that lever. Which, it's that direction up there by the pipes. That's the where you go first. Then you go that direction. Hardest thing Sheen does in Outward is not playing the game for a whole month. Right? True. Never saw you play modded Outward. If you've ever tried, would you consider it? I have played it a couple of times. Not for anything major, though. I've tried it a couple of times. I don't think I've beaten the entire game modded, though. I always quit before arena bosses. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing the weapon balance mod, giving that a full showcase, because here's a cool idea I could do, potentially, is take a really high-quality kind of mod that has a lot of content to it, and just experience everything the mod has, and then fight the arena bosses. Because I was going to say, Proboina's weapon balance mod's awesome, and it's got a lot of weapon changes, so if I could just beat a mini-boss or boss with each individual cool weapon, that'd be kind of a neat way to show it off. He's got some really neat stuff in it. Like, there's a skill trainer you can buy extra skills from. I never got to try that enough. Don't remember this cave. This is the one with the Minotaur in it. I think. And let's go two-hander, because two-hander is going to be stronger here. There's your next challenge. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, it's this cave. Yeah, I haven't been in this one this run. Brother did not see me. That's crazy. Dude walked directly in front of me. I like this cave. I don't really understand the lore implications of what this is supposed to be. I guess Cali Gray magic, but it's kind of neat. Hello, good sir. Eat this lightning ball for me. Thank you. And schmackaroony. Dude, does so much damage. That is a very early dodge. Aw, no alpha meat this time. What a bummer. I already have a bunch of it, though, so I probably don't need it anymore. Probably don't need any more. I am not seeing anything super useful here. I guess we go check the other side and then exit. This cave doesn't... I think I usually skip this cave. With no mini-boss, it doesn't have much. Doesn't have much. Oh, hey, there's a sample right there. I have to stand directly in front of him for him to see me. Oh, yeah, you're getting destroyed. Oh, he came in for the win. I don't blame you, bud. Oh, you're not gonna get near me? Boom! I bet you get near me now. What a crazy tool. The distance is ridiculous. Sample. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. He said, POV, strongest monster in Outward. This'll be easy. 1 second later after encountering Sheen, dead. Yes, sir! With this build, everything's dying real quick. I'm having a good time with this one. This one's real strong. I know there was the Out Hard mod. A lot of people want me to try the Out Hard mod too. That would be a legitimate challenge because I did not find that mod very fun when I tried it the first time. That would actually be like a full-on, just to make the game difficult, then good luck. I briefly tried to do a series on it with my brother, and neither of us really liked it that much, so we stopped. But I think solo, I could make it work. I could probably make it work. Not gonna lie, though, I was a little sad to see you stop making Helldivers 2 content. Yeah, I mean, that was my most successful content ever. That was crazy, because I posted one tier list. It was the one with all the stratagems, and that did better than any video ever. It instantly got like 300,000 views in a week, and it was crazy. And I like that game a lot, but the devs just keep making decisions I don't like. Once devs start making decisions I don't like, it's too easy to get off the game. I did the same with Remnant 2 after everything. And I like Remnant 2 as well. It's just start goofing with my game enough. Well, the problem with Helldivers, it's a true live service. Like, it's just always changing. That's very annoying. Even though it is a lot better now, because everything's a lot more powerful. It still sucks, though, because they want you to buy a war bond every month or two, and most of the new war bonds are not very good. And or they hide content in them. Like, you have to buy a war bond, and then the war bond sucks, except for 2 items. But you still need to buy it for those 2 items. That type of stuff's real common in that game. But the core gameplay, incredible. Very hard to beat the core gameplay of that. Well, we are on a good run right now. If the Ancient Dwellers have any samples for us, we are doing good. Dude, stop running into things. Do we see anything in there? No. Portal's pretty cool, though. Alright, Ancient Dweller time, people. Wish me luck. Could balance it out by adding other modes to it. I could do that, too. Sid, I don't understand why they rushed Remnant 2 so hard. All the nerfs they did. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a very confusing balance, because, like, right now, the game's a lot more balanced outside of the prism system. But the prisms make everything OP anyway, so I don't know what the point of balancing everything was. Oh, well. At her core, she's still a fun game, I guess. What's up, Brave? Love your content, dude. Helped us a lot through Outward. Can't wait for Outward 2. Heck yeah, dude. Outward 2 is going to be fun. I'm excited. Okay. One-handed sword, and then we go... Definitely try to use the lightning as much as possible. The range on that is big. What am I missing, guys? I'm missing, I think, barrier and healing. Nope, I'm also missing water. Now we're good. Talking about nerfs, why did they massacre my Zaga set? Someone else brought up the Zaga set yesterday. They were talking about how it sucks that they nerfed it. I don't know, dude, because like, nobody uses the full set. At least I wouldn't. Extra cooldown is goofy, bro. There we go, here we go. Yeah, eat that lightning. Okay, went with the orb. Dude, how fast is this thing? It's right on my tail. You're done for. Probably the best bet is to explore after. We'll just rush him down. That way our buffs stay active for longer. I'm gonna pop this. It's not gonna do much, but it might help with the impact. I love the lightning ball in this. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it did help a little bit. Dude, they're so fast. And chop. There should be a third one in the back as well. There she is. Watch this. Better you. Extra 25% lightning damage. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not that much more, but it is noticeable that it got increased. What? Nailed me. They are actually surprisingly accurate. That's 2 shots. 3 shots? She either died in 4 or 5 shots. I think I might have miscounted. Give me something juicy. Come on. That is the opposite of juicy. I guess the shimmer potion. I'll take that, though. And look at this guy. Another plant sample. Now, the thing about this cave is it's so dark, it's very easy to miss them. And it's kind of common to find 2 samples in this part of the dungeon. Gotta have a good look around. Nope, nothing. I think the one-handed sword worked pretty well for those guys, though. Come on, give me something good. That's not very good. Said, oh, I remember this area. You were worried about it, and I just stun-locked him with the pillar hammer. You did. That pillar hammer build was crazy for the Ancient Dwellers. Did a lot of damage and just kept him from moving the entire time. That was really fun. It's also very quiet right now. Kind of creeping me out. The thing is, because it's so quiet, you could usually hear them coming. Not all the time, though. Should be one in this hall. Ooh, I wonder if they spawn a new one for She Who Speaks. Because she's dead, but... this one's not here. There it is. Yeah, I wonder if there's another one in that room right there. And I don't really want to go in there and find out with this one on my tail. Do I melee? Melee is the worst choice. Oh, hate that. Dang it, it missed. How did it miss? It was so perfect, and it went right over me. Block that. Wow, yeah, you could see the lack of damage from the ethereal there. Okay, duck. I don't think they spawned another one to replace her. Yeah, no, since she's dead, there's just no dweller here. But we do need to buff up again because there's another one in the back. What am I missing? Wonder how much damage we do with shimmer buff. It's gotta be crazy, right? It's gotta be. Brace's biggest fault or counter. Yeah. when it just whiffs completely. Because of the terrain. There you are. Now you see me. And I back up. My stamina drain is really bad right now. Oh, I hate when they do the orb. The orb is their worst attack. Or arguably their best attack, because it is the most effective. Come on. Dang it. Every time you get going, they summon the orb. You just gotta find a spot where it can't hit you. I go for 2. If you back out of the first attack, that usually gives you a bit more room. Oh, and they don't drop anything very good. That's the only bad part about this. Someone might lie again. So, in theory, that's all the Ancient Dwellers. I believe this cave is now empty. Yeah, this is definitely one of the easiest ways to deal with them. I mean, the range lightning is amazing. Ooh, Glass Albert. I have not had this much fun dealing with them in a long time. That's for sure. Could check back here. This is where the secret Ancient Dweller is. I have not done his quest, and I probably won't. I was going to if we randomly happen upon him, but they're nowhere to be found. I think the quest is cool. But I also think that it would have been really cool if they just had the guy that, like... How do I explain this? So this is the Breath of Darkness, right? And I like the idea of having a super secret mini-boss just in the cave, in the back. If you go one direction that you could almost miss easily. That's cool. The way they went about it is they hid it behind a huge quest. I think the huge quest is awesome, but I wish that was associated to something else, and then this cave just had a super secret mini-boss in it. I kind of wish they had both. Especially because it'd be really good for the samples. She drops, I think, 3 samples every time you kill her. And she respawns. Check it out. Saw that rock way off in the distance. What's up, Destiny? I've been here since you had 30 people watching. Yeah, dude. Kinda awesome, huh? Get up the incline there, buddy. Well, what do we end up getting away with? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's more than solid. Do we want to hit another dungeon on the way back? I could potentially do the giant dungeon. If I have enough room. I have no room. I probably shouldn't. Especially since they have so much loot I can't pass up. That's kind of a bummer. Maybe we'll go mid-path. Yeah, we'll go mid-path on the way back and see if there's one there. Sometimes there is. I also would like to know where the boat is. And then we can probably turn our samples in after that. All I need is 1 digested mana stone. And a blood root. But I know for a fact that I have plenty of samples turned in. We'll be able to at least get 1 expedition out of Evangeline. 3 Boros, that's rare. Whoa, 5 Boro. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do it for the fun of it, you know what I mean? Fighting 5 Boros at the same time? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Sounds like the Dark Lurker quest in DS2. Yeah, that's kind of similar. Now that you say that. Hello, everybody. Come over here. Need all of you together. Yeah, you too. Come on. My little pack of Oh, they walked over the trap and took a ton of damage. My little track of, what are they called? Boros? Yeah, Boros. My herd of cows. Wait for it, wait for it. That was less cool than it should have been. Oh, don't die. That actually got scary there for a second because my impact took a while to come back. Dude, they're fast. What the heck? There we go. We got our Healy. It did not stun them as well as I wanted it to. Also, is not hitting all of them. I kind of wanted to blow all of them up at the same time. That's a little better. Oh yeah, that one hit. That one hit all of them. Okay. Ooh, that double hit is kind of rough. No, no, don't do that. Go for a lightning ball, maybe. Ooh, that purple breath looks awesome. I don't fight the purple ones very often. Alright, so that was dangerous. I probably shouldn't have done that. I almost died twice. I gave them a chance to kill me, and they definitely were ready for that. "100% ready for them." Forgot to take the middle path. I'm kind of checking. I think that's the caravaner over there. Yeah. All right, where's the Ark? The Ark has moved to the good location, but we're still not where I need it to be. That's what we do, though. We'll do the Ark. Get that over there, kill the gargoyle, we get 2 more samples. That's huge. That would be huge. What do you guys think of this idea? This is kind of an interesting idea that I just had. What if... Because when you're doing all this farming, right? Sometimes it'd be nice to do a couple dungeons and then, like, fast travel back to town and then go do more dungeons. What if Outward had a design where if you collected a couple of ingredients, you could make a potion, a one-time use potion that then fast traveled you back to the last town you were in. And then if you wanted to do it again, you'd have to go farm for those items to make the potions. You could even make it like a very rare item that you can only make 3 or 4 of. That'd be maybe more annoying than not. Then it would be only a farming case use. It's an okay-ish idea. 5 enemies an hour is always a risky fight. Yeah, I probably should not have taken that. I just kind of wanted to see if it would do better than it did. It really let me down. I thought it would impact all the Boros, and none of them got impacted. Literally none of them. If I'd been able to double detonate it, it would look cool, but I couldn't get their attention before I did that. Oh, well. We lived to tell the tale. That's all that matters. And how many does that put us at when we get back? So I got 4. I think I had 7-ish. Where the heck are the Ancient Dwellers, though? I've been all over the map. I didn't see a single Ancient Dweller outside. Huh. It's got to be top left corner. That's the only place I didn't go. Always been curious and couldn't find it anywhere, but what solidifies beating the game? In order to fully beat Outward, you need to basically beat the Crimson Avatar. After you beat the Crimson Avatar, the courier will bring you a letter, and the letter tells you there's nothing left for you to do. Now, obviously, there is stuff left. There's the arena bosses, but those are very optional. Get you later, Ashram. Have a good night, man. But yeah, for me, it's once you beat Crimson Avatar. And then for these runs, I always fight the arena bosses. Just to show off the build some more. Now we're talking. I've really got the loot going here. 4 plant samples. Oh yeah, that is a lot of samples. We get that boat moved, we're in the good position. A really good position. Let me throw these bad boys in here, and then we'll go back. Get her going. I think I'm actually good on water for now. Let's do... How do I want to pull this off? So I have 10 days, right? Let's exit the main menu. come back in. I'll go put a plant tent down, and I just need to count the days. That's awesome, thanks. Yeah, I mean, Crimson Avatar is like... He's the DLC boss kind of deal, so... Once you do that, you have access to everything in the game. So it's kind of just a good point. Like, you've got the whole town. And that's the cool thing, is if you hate the town building process, and you kind of just want to beat the boss, you could always come back later and finish the town building process, too. You don't have to do it before you fight the boss. Give me a sec, I text my brother. He got home and he's hungry. He wants me to make him some food. Okay, so now we gotta go set up the plant tent, and then we'll sleep in there a couple... I think we could probably move the Ark before 10 days is up. Probably. Our work kind of ends for me as soon as Caldera is the last area. I hate the farming samples. Yeah, a lot of people I do think just kind of quit when Caldera shows up, and that's fine. I mean, you could technically just quit playing. It's like a very open RPG, so you could just kind of quit whenever you make your build and get done with it. I think every build you do should do Soroborids DLC at least, because that one is doable even before the faction quest, and is arguably one of the best parts of the game. Should always do that, but... Ooh, yeah, the Ark did move. That's good. Okay, we gotta find a good spot on the hill here. This is probably the best spot we're gonna get. There's good stuff locked behind the town building? Oh, absolutely there is. They're really good stuff. And you do it in a plant tent because the plant tent doesn't... it feeds and waters you, so you don't need food and stuff. No, one thing I always found needlessly tedious, the fact you can only visit Harmattan by spending money. You can never actually go there. Where would Harmattan even be if you could go there? I don't know. So that should be 2 days. I've got 8 more. And we've got only 2 moves for it to make. It should move after the next sleeping. Because usually it takes 3 days for this thing to move. I don't really know how they coded it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it usually takes 3 days. Yeah, okay, so it's in the back right now. I believe from there... It might have one more position in the back to go to. I can't remember. But after that, it's right here. So we should see it soon. I think we should see it soon, hopefully. Yep, still back there. And I've got time. Don't need to exit yet. Let's not be too finicky about it. Isn't it on the world map? Don't think it's that out of the way. I believe it is on the world map. I haven't... I'd have to go look at it, though. Yeah, because you have to pay the Soroborian Caravaner. How else would he get the money, right? That is one of their main sources of money, that's for sure. Okay, the boat is no longer visible, which to me means it moved. Yes, it did, okay. So now let's exit the main menu, triple checking that we have plenty of time. Come back in, sleep 2 days, and the boat should be where we need it. Should being the key word there. Isn't the lore reasons behind why you have to spend more is because Harmattan is the mountains? It's the mountains, and also it's the school of basically the college. So they kind of just have it heavily monetized, I would think. But I do believe it lore-wise has something to do with it's very hard to actually walk there. It may actually be the mountains, I don't remember. Don't fully remember. We kind of lucked out with the arc. If this moves right here, it'd be super helpful. Aw, one more. Where's it at? There it is. The weird thing is, the position that it's in right now, like, you would never go back there. I don't even know why that one exists. I guess that one kind of hints at the Breath of Darkness thing. Because it's kind of nearish to that area. I think the spot right here on the little picture, I think that's where we need it. That's where all of its legs are spread out. Booyah! Actually, hold on. Let's make it daytime. Look at my mask right now. Does that not look super cool at night? It's all red hot. Kind of sick. There we go. Do you think Tremontane will be as interesting and outward as Harmattan was? Oh yeah, Tremontane is my biggest excitement, I guess. I don't know what words you'd use. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, is Tremontane. I think that's going to be the best region. I think that's going to be the best town, and I think it's going to have the best skill tree. Obviously, I have no clue, but that's kind of what I'm going on. Pretty excited for that one. And what am I looking for? Cast all of these. Expectation. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Expectation. Really hoping that town is good, because that is what I'm excited for. That guy did not see me. I have no idea how. No idea. Why is Enmerker the only place where you can enter every map in the game? I think it's just based on the map. Like, if you go to Harmattan's house, there's a little map, like an actual world map showing where everything's set up at. It's the only one that's just in the middle of everything. Gargoyle time! Bring it on. Want a piece of this? Huh? Look at that trap damage. Phenomenal. Ooh, played that decent. We got one more gargoyle, and then we can fight the big guy. Walk into it, walk into it. You're done. Oh, it missed. What? Okay, I think I need to AoE this. I don't remember if I can use the AoE in the other one. 2 down, 1 to go. Oh, look, a sample. Huh. Schmack. Dang, that damage was ridiculous. Running attack! Oh, the mini-boss didn't even get to play. The pathetic cracked gargoyle. I kind of feel bad. He didn't even get the chance. Just stomped him into the ground. All right, yeah, 2 samples. That's why I wanted to kill this guy. And then we got lucky, and there's another one. I didn't even know this was a spot. That was great. Ooh, the smoke mace. Actually, a really goofy design. Take a look at this. It is a fancy club. There is a sport. Is it cricket? It's not cricket. It's a sport not American that uses a club that looks kind of like this. It might be cricket. It's not exactly like this, but like kind of the shortness of the stick-ish. A bowling pin? Oh, it looks like a bowling pin. Yeah, that's right, actually. If you look at it from upside down, it's a bowling pin. Just a really long one. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. It's just kind of a little goofy. All right. Now we've done all the mini bosses, so we can go sell that and maybe build the last of the town. I don't know. Is it lacrosse? I don't know. I don't know anything about those sports. I feel like there's something like that. Looks like a baseball bat from a cartoon. Yeah, it does look like that. Rounders? I don't even know what rounders is. Is that a sport? Oh, you don't see me. No. He saw me. Put this trap right here. At the wrong time. Get over here and walk into the trap. Dude. Oh, and he just died from that? Okay. Fair enough, he kind of deserved it. Alright, are either of you alive? Nope. Lacrosse has nets. See, that's what I thought. So it's not lacrosse. It has to be cricket that I was thinking of. Cricket's got those, like, flat boards, though, I think. Anyway, we'll head back to town. We're done with all of that goofiness. I think we've got plenty of money to build the town. I've got all kinds of glass weapons stored up. Cricket does have the flat boards? Okay, that's what I thought. Dun, 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 back to town again. Yeah, that dweller's not moving around. I don't think the samples have been moving much, though. Because the thing is, I think they can move in between going from town and exiting. They've not done that, though. And I gotta talk to Evangeline for the next quest, too. So that'll probably progress instantly. Why was the calculator sad? Because it had too much problems. I'd be sad, too, if I was the calculator. Alright, put all of our food back in here. Which we don't have too much of, because I actually ate most of it. Actually, no, I had a lot more than I thought. And we are going to grab every single sample that we have, because that's kind of what we need to do here. We got 5 mole pigs. Got 8 rocks and 4 plant. So pretty good. Oh no, I'm too heavy. Put those in there, and then if I put all these away, I might be able to move. Aha, I can move. Do you know why I don't trust trees? They're a little shady. Ah, Mandragora joke. Nice. Evangeline, I'm back. Oh, the Jin's here too.
Excellent work. The Jin, I need you to listen.
We can now handle 6 specialized buildings in total. Good to know.
Yes?
It's all right, friend. I'll take care of it right now. I won't let us walk the same path. Oi! Over here!
Are we ready? Here we go, the ultimate RNG. What samples are we about to get?
Let's see about the... Excellent.
Funds, stone, diamond dust, amethyst geode. That's good, we had neither of those. Another amethyst, 3 amethyst. So I actually had very few amethysts. That's not bad. I don't know if we need those, though.
You've earned this. Thank you. So, there's some wonderful news.
Plant, we got 2 timber, voltaic vines. So we ended up with just voltaic vines. That's fine. I think I I don't know if I have flash moss, though. That's the
Thank
thing.
you. Now,
Here we go. We need a
critters
digested
do you
mana
scrounge up
stone.
for us? Wonderful news.
Yes, we got one. Let's go. I got so much ectoplasm this run.
Wonderful news. You've earned this. We owe you one. Here's what we need. Get
All
it done.
right. I got at least one of the things I wanted. So that is good. That is good. That is good. We want to upgrade the food store, which should have been digested mana stone. And that was the one that gives me food every week, right? Free food ingredients that refresh every week. Yep. $25 days. $25 days, but we'll get that done, and then that'll be our second upgraded thing. I think after that, we go arena? Yeah? We go arena, and we might be able to get the brains passive, which is 15% increased damage. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge.
So, what are we working? We're grateful to you.
I probably only got about a half hour left for tonight, though, because I got to get off and make my brother dinner. I think we're eating pizza tonight. I think he was working late today, so. I should have plenty of funds for this. You sending Evangeline's people to collect materials? Yes, when I figure out what I need. I don't know what I need yet. I've already done it twice. I think I sent her for the digested mana stone the first time. And then the other one was... what was what that I needed? I think it was actually the geode, because you need a geode to make the town, the main building. And I had 4 petrified organs. That's what they gave me. I usually don't upgrade the town. I don't see a reason to.
So, what are we working on today? This is a relief.
Not unless you have, I think it's Heroic Kingdom. Or no, it's Blue Chamber. That one actually upgrades the main town. Samples are like gambling, but there's no jackpot, and you have to literally run a marathon for a single spin. Yeah. I like when I have a bunch of them and can turn them in. That's the best I could say. There's 25, so we've probably got 2 more of these. After that, it'll definitely be the arena. Does anyone know what the arena is, though? I think it's Bloodroot. That is the only thing I don't have right now. Kind of need the enchanting building, too, let's be honest. I do kind of need the enchanting building. Bummer on that.
So, what are we working on today? This is a relief.
I should probably figure that out. Do I want to make the enchanting building first, or do I want to make the other building first? I feel like the arena is more interesting. And it's not quite fully built. I think we need to do that one more time, and then she's done. I think she's done after that. Takes about 8 hours, I would say. If you want to build the if you want to upgrade multiple buildings in New Sirocco, and you're going to do most of the dungeons, it typically takes about 6 to 8 hours. For just this part.
So, what are we working?
It's a bit lengthy. It's a bit lengthy, I'll be honest. The thing that helps me is I always like to try to hunt down all the mini-bosses while I'm doing it. That kind of takes up some time. Make sure you do every dungeon. That'll take up a little bit more time. And then usually after that, most of the farming's done. You just need to farm one more time. There we go. So now we got the food store. That means we get free food upgrades every time we rest like this. which will let me save up for some good buffs. Yep. And I need to have a good amount of money so I can buy the rest of the blueprints I need. Food, just throw all that in there. There we go. Where's my money? There you are. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's bloodroot I need, but let's go check. Let's go triple check. Yosef,
So,
good
what are
old
we
buddy,
working on
what you
today?
got for me? I need a enchanting guild, voltaic vines, and then we want the... Do I need... I don't know if I need to upgrade it. That's a good question. If anyone want to look that up for me, I need the enchantment that goes on the lexicon. I think it's in... Nope, I don't remember the name of it. I think it goes on the lexicon, though. I need to know if it requires this upgrade. I'm going to buy it, but I'm not going to start it yet. Then we've got Gladiator Arena. I got to buy that. That has Bloodroot. That's what I figured. And we don't want the combat. That doesn't help us. We want... No, we do want this. Hires a trainer who can teach high commitment specialized passive skills. This is 9,000 funds. Jeez. Okay, that one was Voltaic Vines, which I do have.
How can I help you?
And I got plenty of money. I got a lot of resources. I did this correctly, so. Inheritance of the Past. Thank you. Yeah, Inheritance of the Past is the enchantment I was looking for. We'll put Gladiator Arena right over here. A little bit closer. Right there. So I need to have Evangeline go get me Bloodroot. You taking Brain? I think so. The negatives aren't going to really matter for this run, so...
Excellent.
I'm really not so certain about our situation.
The magma flow shift.
I agree with there must be an answer.
150
Give us a
days.
hand, will
4
you?
specialized buildings, 2 that are improved.
Oi! Over here!
I need a special expedition.
Wonderful news!
Plant sample,
Give me a
Bloodroot.
moment. Listen up.
But yeah, I think we're going to take Brains. I don't see how it really hurts us that much, because my stamina is insane for this run. And I believe the downside is that it decreases your stamina by 15%? Maybe? It might be the first time I've ever taken this one. Because I don't like negatives. And the bronze, I've taken bronze a couple of times. Bronze is really good. I believe that's a damage increase with no downside. Actually buffs your stamina from what I remember. And so this one, we sleep for a full day. Full day of sleep, and we will have Bloodroot. This might be the most that I've ever had to build up the town for one run. Most of the times you can get away with 2 specialized buildings. And the capital building. Oh yeah, I gotta go grab it, don't I? Forgot. Forgot about that. Evangeline, give me my item. I think this will probably start the magma level.
You've earned this.
No, she instantly gives it to you. Okay, good. Because I think the next quest is the Crimson Avatar. I don't want to start that quite yet. What faction quest did you go? I went with the Holy Mission. And we can start this. Man, I have a lot of funds. I'm telling you, dude, you build the town right, it's self-sufficient. And it's so nice. 10 days, so I got to do this twice. What armor did you end up with? I got Rustlich helmet, silver chestplate, Tenebris boots. And I believe our boots are going to change after Crimson Avatar dies. I think his boots get a really nice buff to lightning damage if I enchant them. Best faction quest? Oh yeah, Holy Mission for reward-wise, the rewards are phenomenal. Especially if you build New Sirocco. If you build New Sirocco, it's definitely the best. Because the passive on this is crazy. Extra 6 protection? 2 barrier, or maybe 4 protection, 2 barrier. 5 protection, 2 barrier. Yeah, I just crazy defense either way.
So, what are we working? We're grateful to you.
5 protection base is enough to do a lot of defense for any build. Scarlet Boots have the best lightning on boots even before enchanted, if I remember. I believe you're correct. The downside of Brawn was something like 25% elemental down and 15% mana cost up. Then it might be more balanced compared to Brain. Yeah, the problem with Brains, I think, is that the devs realized elemental damage is so easy to stack, and there's basically no negative to elemental damage. Whereas physical, you can hype up physical pretty high, but a lot of stuff is resistant to it. So they gave it that negative, but it is weird that Bronze doesn't, because Bronze is the only passive that has no... They're supposed to specialize your character into one specific path, but it doesn't really do that.
So, we're grateful.
It just buffs your character. You know what I could also take? I could take the extra dodge distance. Because the only downside to that is the stamina cost. We have a lot of stamina. And that would be be interesting because it would help me with my runes. So give me more distance to play with. What's up, Lofty Knight? That would give me some more distance. How much more time we got on this? Okay, start the second set. Why does it look like I didn't do anything? That's weird. Anyway. Run it back. And then Moment of Truth exists. Oh, yeah. Moment of Truth is crazy. I'm telling you, man. The skill only run. That was the most fun thing about that, was realizing how crazy broken that was. And the thing with Moment of Truth is, I think it has a 15-second cooldown. So you can't really use it back to back. But with cooldown, you can. And it just... Dude, it just destroys stuff with no effort. Just destroy stuff.
What are we working on today? We're grateful to you.
That's one of them builds that, if you've never tried it, you won't really understand. You gotta try it out. High cooldown builds are fun with a lot of things. And most of them are relatively similar. I mean, there's not that much equipment in the game that does cooldown. Imagine if the time skip was 10 days, so you won't be able to use it with Exalted on. Right? Yeah, that would be unfortunate. That would actually be unfortunate. Luckily, it's only 7. Luckily, it's only 7. Okay, it should be done. Or was that the main menu one? That was the main menu, right? So I gotta spend 7 days. Now I don't know if I went to the main menu. If there's any time a doubt in your mind about going to the main menu, just go back. It's like 5 seconds and it doesn't hurt your health. Otherwise it does. How's your loading very fast? Yeah, I just have a decent PC for it. My PC's always run outward pretty well.
So, this is a relief.
Back when I used to play on the laptop, however, the laptop load times were a little bit longer. By a little bit, I mean significant. And ta-da! We have an arena. But it doesn't do anything, so what's the point of it? I don't know. Gladiator Arena requires voltaic vines, which I have. Funds 9,000. Triple check this is what we want. High commitment specialized passive skills. Look at that. I have the money. I actually don't need to sell any more of my things. That's crazy. Back to main menu, and then we have to do that how many times? 4 more times. Four more times. My PC set, it's pretty good. It's outdated to this point. I think I made my PC 6 years ago. Yeah, it would have been 6 years ago. Because my channel's 5 years old, and I made it a year before my channel.
So, we're grateful to you.
But it's got pretty good high-end parts in there, so they lasted, you know. The only thing it doesn't run well is super modern games. So Monster Hunter Wilds was pretty trash. It could barely run that game. That game also didn't run well for a lot of people. But that was just one example. It really crapped the bed for Monster Hunter Wilds. In fact, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff just to get the town to show up. The town was invisible for me. It was another game that didn't play very well. There's a couple games that it blue screened. For whatever reason, it's mostly online games with anti-cheat. It's Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and Warhammer Space Marine. Those games would blue screen quite a bit. That's why I quit playing all 3 of those. Because Space Marine's awesome. Space Marine 2,
today?
crazy fun game.
We're grateful
But it
to
kept
you.
blue screening on me, and I was like, I gotta quit playing this. There could have been a fix, but I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, if you never played that game, man, it's a fun horde game. A really fun horde game. It's a little bit less fun solo. Like, it's better to have 2 other people that you're playing with it all the time. Because it's a 3-man team game. And the higher the difficulty, the more it relies on you kind of playing as a team. You could beat it all solo. There's a guy that makes videos about that game that does, but it's a lot easier to do with the team. Enjoy Darktide? I've never played Darktide. I know it's pretty popular, but
So,
I never
what are
played
we
that
working
one.
on today? This is a relief.
Doing co-op with my fiancé and his playthrough, and we're almost finished. Can he give me items from his playthrough, and can I use it in my own playthrough? Yes. If you're talking about Outward, which I assume you are, Outward items are interchangeable through characters. Just not skills. Cannot give a character another skill, but you can give them items. Ever played Risk of Rain 2? Yes. I enjoyed some of Risk of Rain 2. Wasn't really a huge fan, though. I liked the first one better. It was pretty fun. For a guy who didn't get into it that much, though, it feels a lot like too random. I got all the items just like random nonsense to me, which is kind of the point. But I don't know. The first one was basically the same thing, but the world design was slightly different, and it was pure 2D. I liked the 2D a little bit better. I know that's blasphemy because like everybody loves Risk of Rain 2. My brother really loved it,
So,
but yeah, it
what are we
wasn't
working
my
we're
favorite.
grateful to you.
I played the Railgun character. I don't know the name of him, but yeah, I played the Railgun character in Risk of Rain 2. A proper New Game Plus could have been awesome for Outward. It would have been very neat, that's for sure. Ta-da! We got the arena! So now next time we can do that. That's set up. I'd like to maybe start the enchanting building if I can. Voltaic vines. Don't have those. Let's go double check, see if I kept one in here. I might have to go do another expedition. Got into it maybe 2 months ago. Already put like 100 hours in it. That was a fun co-op one. Played that quite a bit with my brother. He liked it quite a bit. Voltaic vines. Nope, I have flash moss. Can I have her do another expedition? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Let's go find out. How much time ago have you had problems with Helldivers? There was a time when their performance was really, really bad. It's been a while. It's been at least 2 months since I played it. I gotta talk to Evangeline. And I needed, what, Voltaic Vines? Yeah.
Ah, good time.
Here's what you need to know.
I have. Let me think this through.
Oh no! The Crimson Avatar!
I don't believe this.
The Crimson Avatar threatens the city. You must destroy him.
Why?
I don't understand.
But you know what's more important than that?
Got it.
Here's what we need. Oi,
Samples.
over here.
Indeed, I need Voltaic Vines, and I can send her
So
out.
there you are. Wonderful news.
Plant
Perhaps.
Voltaic Vines.
Listen up.
Alright, so that quest has started. I think we have enough time to build a building, though. At least one building. If not, I can finish it after we beat him. That's not too much of a big deal. Not too much of a big deal. Have you heard about Far, Far West? No, I don't know anything about that one. Risk of Rain 2 is amazing. It's even better if you have 2 or 3 people to co-op it with. Yeah, it had all the bones and things. I think if I understood a lot more of, like, what items, what kind of activities give you what items and stuff, it would have been more fun. I didn't really understand what anything was giving me, though. I just kind of grabbed whatever upgrade and kept on moving. Which is typically not how you play roguelites. It's kind of important to learn what stuff does. I liked, what was that game called? RoboQuest. RoboQuest was a really fun roguelite that I played with my brother extensively. The only problem with that game is the devs added a boss rush mode. Sounds awesome, right? No, it was the worst thing I've ever played. It was awful. It ruined the entire aspect of the game. And then they just said that we're done. We're not playing the game anymore. We're not updating the game anymore. Okay, so we're not going to fix the boss
You've earned
rush?
this.
Fair enough. But yeah, that game's great outside the boss rush. I didn't care for the boss rush mode. Normal game, very fun though. Far Far West is a HD2 style game, co-op horde shooter, but this one is a roguelite. You play as a cowboy. Interesting. I don't know how I haven't heard anything about that. Does sound interesting. Put that right there. Start construction. 19 days. Can I get this done before I have to get off? We're about to find out. $19 days. That means I need to do this 3 times. Have you played Silk Song? No, I didn't play Silk Song. The problem with Silk Song was that I wanted to play Hollow Knight first. So, since I still haven't played that game, I had never played the sequel. But I would like to play the first one first, before I do. And I don't know how
So,
long the
we're
upgrade
grateful
for
to
this
you.
takes, though. I'm not sure. Pretty much what you do, get random buffs and run with it. There are specific stashes and types of chests that give certain things. Yeah, I don't know. The enemy design was kind of fun, though. They had like a lot of flying, floaty enemies for Risk Grand 2. Love to see your Hollow Knight series playthrough. If I do it, I do plan on playing the game. If I do it anytime soon, it'll be live streamed for sure. For sure. There's a couple games on my docket that are like big, do real quick. You know, not like real quick, but like do sooner rather than later. I'd say Terraria's on there. The Outward 100%'s on there. Hollow Knight and Silksong. And then Kingdoms of Amalur is on there as well. Those are games I'd like to play
So, what are we working on today?
in the next couple of months for sure. I'd like to spend a week helping. There we go.
This is a relief.
But, you know, it just depends, because Outward 2 is coming out. I might have time before then. Amalur is great. I know a lot of people last stream were telling me that I should definitely play it. And I looked at a trailer last night, and definitely looks like something I want to play. Yeah, it shouldn't be built yet. That was 2 times, I think. I need to do it one more. Kingdom Come Deliverance. See, the thing about that game is the combat looks awful. Now, I haven't played it, but I watched somebody review both games. The combat looks awful. The RPG elements look really cool, but the combat doesn't really entice me. I could be wrong about it. Like I said, I haven't played it, but...
So, this is a relief.
Okay, the building should be halfway done after that, I think. We have to build the other half and then the upgrade. And then the upgrade. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yep, there it is. I probably won't be able to get to the upgrade today, though, because it's about time for me to hop off. Luckily, I know we streamed for like 7.5 hours the other day to get the Caldera stuff done, but I am very happy that we got what we done. What we got done, because, man, that chapel building was rough. I think that was another 19 days. I think that was another 19 days. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna hop off. So if you guys have anything else to chat about, we're about done for the day. I will probably not stream tomorrow because it's gonna rain. If it rains here, my mic picks it up, so I won't stream through that. It's supposed to downpour all day tomorrow. So probably Wednesday we'll be able to finish this up and then do arena bosses. If it's not raining Wednesday. It's not supposed to, so. Not supposed to.
This is a relief.
Technically, I can stream through the rain, but the internet is slightly worse, and my mic picks it up, so... Since I am using this audio for the video, I'll just... go ahead and make sure that doesn't get in. Think one more time. About to go watch Kitchen Nightmares, I think is what... No? Was it Kitchen Nightmares? Oh, Hell's Kitchen. I think we're trying to finish the 4th season of that. Very entertaining show. The first season was great. The second season sucked. The characters were not very interesting. And then the 3rd season is what we're in right now. Either the 3rd or the 4th. This one's good.
So,
This
what are
one's
we
real
working
good.
on today? This is a relief.
You ain't doing the narrated style? No, what's gonna happen is I'll do the 100% video. That will be narrated. But the thing is, that's gonna be a real big video. And so it's gonna be like a... I don't know, it'll probably be like a 2.5, 3 hour vid to cover all the 100%. Unless I skip a lot more of the monotonous stuff, which I may do. So the 100% I'm gonna narrate, and then these I'm just gonna use the I'm just gonna compile it together. It's so much faster, and I like making them a little bit more. They also perform a lot better watch time wise. So. But yeah, I think from now on most of the 100% will be narrated, and then any kind of just like weapon run I do, I'll just compile footage from a stream. I was doing a timer and a death counter. I don't know if people really like that. Either the Salt and Sacrifice videos just weren't as interesting to people, or maybe that didn't help. I kind of liked the timer, but it seems like other people didn't. Loot Goblin Sheen is active. What's up, Kevin? Not for very long. I'm about to hop off. One more.
So, what are we working? We're grateful to you.
What was the thing? Yeah. Timer's always fun. Yeah, I like the timer a lot, but I got a decent amount of feedback of people who didn't really care for the timer. It was fun for that run, though. Beat that run in 24 hours is pretty cool. Okay, every building is built. We just need one specialized, which the specialized takes... How many days? 50 days. So we'll have to wait off on that one until I beat the Avatar. So, next time I stream, we'll beat the Avatar. We will do the arena, and we will build the last upgrade. And then after that, it's arena bosses. So, pretty fun. Sacrifice doesn't have the same draw as Sanctuary, in my opinion. Can't explain why. Oh, no, like a lot of people have the same opinion. That's not just you. Yeah, Sacrifice was very unsuccessful compared to Sanctuary. In terms of how many people actually enjoyed it. I like it. I like a lot of the elements, but yeah, the first one is better. Just the world design overall is quite a bit better. But yep, not as long as I've streamed today, guys, because I got to go make dinner. But yeah, we got plenty done. So this was pretty fun. I'm ready for the boss dungeon music. Epic, epic, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I plan on finishing it Wednesday, because tomorrow will be bad weather around here. But that is a plan. The general idea. Unless you guys got anything else, that's going to be about it for me. Yeah, that boss dungeon music is amazing. I don't know if I'll amp it up as much, because it'll probably be in the video, but I might amp it up a little bit. It's hard not to. The music is so good. So good. Have a good one. Yep, alright people, thank you very much for watching. A little bit of a shorter one today. We'll get back to it next time. New Sirocco is just about done, which is exciting, so. It's just about done. Said, why was the dog barking at the tree? Because the tree was barky. Nailed it. Thanks for being here, everybody. I will see you next time. Peace out.